Why is it essential to look within? Paramahansa Yogananda offers profound insights on the power of introspection and breaking free from the habits that binds us. It is only by examining ourselves and shedding outdated ways of thinking that we can rediscover our infinite divine nature. Let us dive into his teachings to understand how to embrace change, rise above limitations, and reconnect with our eternal soul. Habit-bound people can best be described as psychological antics, unchanging, predictable, and stuck in the same patterns year after year. They say the same things, do the same things, and live a life scripted by habit. Converse with them and you will find that their responses are as predictable as the ticking of a clock. Now, take a moment. Look into the mirror of introspection. Ask yourself, am I a psychological antic? Have I allowed the same old habits and moods to govern my life? If so, why should it stay that way? Change is not only possible but necessary. Cast out those moods and habits. Make it your goal to improve yourself each day so that people look at you and say, what a remarkable change has come over them. The man of self-realization masters this art. He breaks free from the confines of habit and achieves the infinite nature of the soul. Consider the example of Jesus. When sent to arrest him, the officers returned in awe, saying, "Never man spake like this man." The greatness of a master cannot be contained by the limitations of human understanding. Yogananda shares his own experience with his Guru, Swami Sri Yukteswarji. Every time he thought he had defined his Guru, he discovered something even greater. Swami Yukteswar was beyond categorization, embodying an infinite nature. This is the potential within each of us, waiting to be rediscovered. We are like the prodigal son, lost in the distractions of this world, bound by habits and ignorance of our true soul nature. And yet, the way back to God is clear. It doesn't require leaving behind the material world. It requires finding joy here and now, under all circumstances, and extending that joy to others. Make kindness and love your guiding principles. When others cross your path, go out of your way to make them happy. True joy comes when you include the happiness of others in your own. And even when faced with unkindness, respond with love. Yogananda urges us to emulate a flower that releases its fragrance even when crushed. The Bhagavad Gita beautifully expresses this truth. He who is free from hatred toward all creatures, who is friendly and kind to all, is dear to me. If others criticize you, don't ignore them outright. Reflect on whether there is truth in their words. If the fault exists, silently correct it. But be cautious sharing your faults with those who cannot help you, may do more harm than good. Confess only to a God-realized teacher or guru, one who will guide you toward transformation without judgment or harm. Learn to surround yourself with good people and uplifting energy. Paramahansa Yogananda often remarked on how the faces of those who embraced the spiritual path became more radiant, reflecting an inner transformation. The more you harmonize with divine truths and let go of petty concerns, the more you open yourself to a steady stream of divine power. This power flows through the blessings of the great ones, spiritual masters like Mahavatar Babaji, Lahiri Mahashay, and Swami Sri Yukteswar Ji, who work in communion with Christ and Krishna. Yogananda shared humbly that his role was only to deliver their sacred message. When his physical presence is no longer on earth, he assured his followers that the truth of their blessings would resonate even more deeply. This path of self-realization is not just for individual transformation. It is a movement to uplift all of humanity. It has been divinely ordained to guide us towards spiritual awakening and global harmony. The great ones continue to bless this world, but their guidance can only touch us when we choose freely and sincerely to seek it. The world we see today is fraught with division, hatred, and conflict. Yet Yogananda reminds us that Jesus' teachings of brotherly love hold the key to peace. By living his principles authentically, we can create a world resilient to war and strife. Yogananda shared a profound experience during a meditation retreat. Christ appeared to him in different forms, first as a child, then as a grown man, and finally as he looked before his crucifixion. Yogananda thought he would need to meditate extensively for such a vision, but Christ surprised him. This divine encounter conveyed a powerful truth. God reveals himself to those who earnestly seek him above all worldly desires. When you are ready, when your heart truly longs for the divine, God lifts the veil and reveals himself. He may come as Christ, Krishna, Babaji, or in any form you revere. The divine is not distant, it is as close as your unwavering devotion. As we step into this new year, make a heartfelt resolution to be more Christ-like in your thoughts, words, and actions. Now is the time to strive for inner transformation, not tomorrow, not later, now. Commit to meditating more deeply, for the path to knowing God does not lie in mere words, but in personal experience. The teachings of self-realization fellowship founded by Yogananda are not just spiritual concepts, but a call to action. True fellowship with others, transcending all boundaries of race and religion, can only come when we connect with God within ourselves. When we do, we realize the divine is in everyone. In that state of universal love, enmity dissolves and unity blossoms. Imagine a world where every heart loves with the unconditional love of Christ. There would be no need for weapons, no need for division. By embodying Christ-like qualities in our daily lives, we become instruments of harmony, bridging the gaps between religions, nations, and races. It begins with us, with our example of simple living and elevated thinking. Why not slow down, cultivate a small garden, nurture your soul, and take time to enjoy the simple joys of life? Life is more than a cycle of work, eat, sleep, repeat. Simplify your days and let go of habits or activities that disrupt your inner peace. Resolve now to clear your mind of destructive tendencies, to free your temple of thought from the devils of bad habits. Happiness is your birthright as an immortal child of God. Challenges exist only to push you toward greater growth and self-mastery. And as we move forward, let this be your greatest resolution. Dedicate more time to God, meditate deeply, and set aside one evening each week for extended meditation to strengthen your bond with the divine. Remember, danger and you were born together, but you are the elder more powerful than any challenge life can throw at you. Let us close with a prayer. Heavenly Father, grant us the strength to fulfill our noble resolution in this new year. May our actions be pleasing to Thee. Though our spirits are willing, guide our reason, our will, and our efforts so that we may align with Thy divine purpose. Help us materialize all worthy aspirations and give us the courage to transform ourselves step by step into reflections of Thy light. The new year is your opportunity to rise above the past and claim the future you were meant to live. Let this year be the year you awaken fully to your divine nature.